Hello and welcome to the history of movie theater and drive-ins for Tucson for 1960 to 1979. 1961. The movie opens on February 4th as an art cinema, which became an adult cinema shortly after. 1963. The old Biltmore Drive-In reopens on April 10th as the Miracle Mile Drive-In. The movie and park theaters are taken over by the Art Theater Guild on June 19th and switched over to adult movies. The Loft at 504 North Fremont Avenue opens on October 18th, showing adult movies with some art films. The Paramount Theater and the movie closes. 1964. The Park Theater is closed by the Art Theater Guild on May 31st. 1965. The Lyric Theater closes.
Look out! Here comes the biggest Bond of all! Thunderball!
(1966). The Fiesta Drive-In closes on September 19th. 1967. The Fox Buena Vista opens on February 10th. The ABC El Dorado opens with the world premiere of El Dorado on June 14th. 1969. The Showcase Cinema opens on May 29th by Robert Lippert. The Plaza Theater closes. 1970. The Penthouse opens at the Showcase Cinema on November 25th with 175 seats. Many adult cinemas opens, including these cinemas. The Arrows Adult Cinema on March 13th. The Miracle Mile Adult Cinema in August. The Empress Adult Cinema in an old storeroom on September 18th. The Stag Club Adult Cinema on November 6th with a private entrance for women and couples. The Wee Flick Adult Cinema on November 7th. And the Showmore Adult Cinema on November 20th. 1971. The Fox starts to show adult movies until 1972. The Pandora's Box Adult Cinema opens on February 19th. The Jerry Lewis Theater opens on April 14th. The Cineworld 4 opens on May 5th as the first multiplex in town. It was owned by TM Theaters Company, named after the cat of the owner's wife, Timmy. The Cine Azteca opens as a Spanish-language cinema on October. The old Paramount is reopened as the Cine Plaza as an adult cinema. The We Flick Adult Cinema gets its second screen. The Nix Flicks and Chicks Adult Cinema opens. The Arrows Adult Cinema closes. 1972. The Buena Vista Theater opens its second screen on March 31st. The Showcase Cinema in Penthouse is renamed the Showcase Cinema 1 and 2 on July 28. The Loft at 504 North Fremont Avenue switched to independent and art films starting on August 31st. The Showmore Adult Cinema closes. (1973) The Miracle Mile and We Flick Adult Cinemas closes. 1974. The Tucson 4 Drive-In is opened by Sci-Fi Theaters on February 7th. The La Placida 3 opens downtown on April 3rd. The Apache Drive-In reopens with 3 screens on July 19th. The Hitching Post opens on September 18th. The Cinema X opens on October 17th. The Fox and the Stag Club closes. 1975. On June 20th, the Park Mall fourplex is opened by Mann Theaters, with Rhoda Fleming at the opening ceremonies for this cinema. It paid $65,000 for the clearance of Jaws. The El Dorado reopens as a twin cinema on June 26. The Jerry Lewis Cinema is reopened as the Coronado on July 4th. The Rodeo Drive-In starts to show movies in Spanish. The Hitching Post closes. 1976. The Oracle View 4 is opened by TM Theaters on December 18th. The Empress Adult Cinema gets its second cinema. These theaters closed in 1976. 1977. The De Anza 3 Drive-In opens on February 1st. The Sensuous Adult Cinema opens on July 15th.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away,
Here they come!
Star Wars,
Coming in too fast!
an adventure unlike anything on your planet. It's an epic of heroes and villains and aliens from 1,000 worlds. Star Wars, rated PG.
These adult cinemas closed in 1977. 1978. The New Place Adult Cinema opens on July 12th. The De Anza Drive-In gets its 4th screen. The Tucson Drive-In gets its 5th screen. The Cine Plaza closes. 1979. TM Theaters opens the El Con 6 on August 16th. These theaters closed in 1979. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.